All right, let's go ahead and get started. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar series, Creator Crash Course Strategic Holiday Prep That Converts. I'm Shauna Hollinger, Creator Education Manager here at Mavely by Later, and we're so excited to have you all here with us today. We will be recording this call, and all registrants will receive a copy of the recording. Additionally, feel free to drop any questions you have into the Q&A box, and we'll answer as many as we can at the end of the session. So for the agenda today, we're going to cover the holiday conversion calendar, content that cuts through the noise, social strategy that sells, smart systems for Q4, creator insights with Amina Butt, key takeaways, and then we're going to dive into the Q&A. All right, so later we are going to hear from the beautiful Amina Butt, Senior Creator Success Manager here at Mavely by Later. Amina helps VIP and agency creators grow through data-driven strategy, seasonal planning, and performance coaching. She'll share how top creators approach Q4 strategically to keep their results strong through the busiest season of the year. Now, if you are new to Mavely by Later, here's what you should know. It's a platform that helps creators turn their everyday content into consistent affiliate income. You don't need to chase brand approvals or have a large following to get started. You can grab links instantly, share products with your audience, and track your earnings all in one place. And as you grow, so do your opportunities. You can gain access to campaigns that fit your niche and your performance, giving you the leverage to scale faster. So if you haven't signed up, if you haven't already signed up for Mavely by Later, feel free to scan this QR code to get started. All right, so now let's talk about the holiday conversion calendar. Every shopping category has its own peak window based on buyer behavior and trends. So you want to know when each category is in demand so your content goes live when people are ready to buy. Toys and kids peak by mid-November, and many top items run low by Black Friday week. The creators who plan early catch that first wave of shoppers. Home and kitchen spikes during Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Last year, online sales in this category jumped nearly 7% as buyers waited for the biggest discounts. When urgency meets value, it's the ideal time to share content that helps people make those quick decisions. Fashion and apparel stay strong through December and pick up again around New Year's Eve. And since so many shoppers focus on apparel during the holidays, this category keeps converting even after others slow down. And then beauty and self-care gain traction in early December as people start shopping for others and themselves. So last year, this category grew by over 8%, making it one of the strongest late season categories. And then your fitness and organization category see a big lift in January as people focus on new goals and use gift cards for items that support a fresh start. So you want to match your content to the natural timing of each category. That way you're showing up with the right products exactly when your audience is ready to buy. All right, so now we're going to talk about the 3 buyer psychology phases. If you know how your audience thinks, you can predict exactly what they need. So phase 1, which is October through early November, is all about research. So at this time, buyers are reading reviews, saving posts, and building lists. They're create content that educates and compares and builds confidence before the rush begins. And then phase 2, which is mid-November through December 15th, is the decision phase. So this is when urgency rises and shoppers are narrowing their choices. So top picks and what I actually bought content perform best during this time because they reduce hesitation. And then phase 3, which is December 16th through the end of the month, is the last minute phase. So shoppers still want to purchase, but they're running out of time while competing with shipping deadlines and inventory limits. So this is when keywords like ships fast, available now convert really well. And don't forget Super Saturday, which is the last Saturday before the major holiday. It's one of the busiest shopping days of the entire year in the US. So you want to plan for all 3 phases at once. And that's what's going to keep your content converting all of Q4. Okay, so now we're going to talk about content that cuts through the noise. So when you think about gift guides, oftentimes a lot of them are very generic. And I want to talk about why we want to pivot away from that. So gift guides are everywhere during the holidays, which makes it hard to stand out. So if you search for gifts for her, you'll see thousands of posts competing for attention. So you want to be more specific. And you could do this with dual positioning, which combines two angles that make your content feel tailored to the right audience. So, for example, instead of saying beauty gifts, try affordable high end beauty sets from Nordstrom. It speaks to someone who loves luxury but also wants a good deal. And then instead of just under $50, try polished looks under $50 for your 9 to 5. It shows you understand your audience's lifestyle and buying mindset. This positioning strategy delivers three key advantages. First, you're reaching a smaller audience with higher conversion content intent. Second, your content becomes memorable and shareable. And third, you're showing that you understand your audience's needs, preferences, and what they care about. All right, so now let's talk about social strategy that sells. Okay, Facebook groups are one of the most active platforms during Q4. And let's break down what actually drives clicks. So, first, you want to start with cadence. The sweet spot is at least 10 to 15 posts per day. If you already post that many, think about increasing how many you post by at least 30% for Q4. And then next is visuals. Our creators see a lot of success with an image first format with the price visible on the photo. This allows people to see the value before they even read the caption. And timing matters as well. So check your Facebook group insights to see when your members are most active. And then finally, you want to use strong call to actions. So phrases like selling out fast, today only, ends tonight usually perform better than something like limited time. All right, so now let's talk about Instagram. Instagram is still one of the best places to connect with your audience and drive sales during the holidays. So using the right tools is what's going to help keep you top of mind when people are ready to buy. So first, let's start with LinkedIn Pro. So remember that you get free access to this when you connect at least one social media account within your Mavely app. And this tool is going to allow you to automate sending your affiliate links via DM when someone leaves a comment on your post. You can also automate follow-ups with anyone who comments on your posts. This is going to save you hours of manual work while keeping your audience engaged in real time. And then next is broadcast channels. So think of this as your VIP space for your most engaged followers. Some of our creators have noticed that their broadcast channels are actually converting better than their Instagram stories. And this is a streamlined way to share your links with your inner circle first while layering in videos, polls, or voice notes that boost engagement. All right, so now let's talk about email for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So when it comes to email during this time, it's about sending the right ones at the right time. So this cadence is going to walk your audience through the entire buyer journey step by step. So 5 days before Black Friday, send a what to expect email. This is going to build anticipation and put you ahead of the inbox rush. On the day of, send a live now email highlighting top sales and offers your audience can shop right away. The day after Black Friday, send a still available and what's worth grabbing next email. Focus on what's still available. Focusing on this is going to help your audience find new deals on things that they might have missed. And then on Cyber Monday, send a don't miss these before the day ends email to create urgency and validate last minute decisions. And then wrap it up the next day with a what sold out and alternative still available email. This is going to position you as a resource even after the sales weekend ends. So each email builds anticipation, trust, and urgency. All right, so now let's talk about smart systems for scaling without burning out. So scaling during Q4 requires structure, and the goal is to create systems that protect your time and give you flexibility when things change. So start with a monthly plan. Week 1 is where you can focus on gift guides, seasonal styling, and early holiday prep content. Weeks 2 and 3 focus on decision support content based on trends and real-time performance. And week 4 is your reactive content week to jump on sales, restocks, or products that start taking off. And then next, you want to think about setting up your MyShop now. So get organized now so that when November hits, you're ready to go. And remember, you can set up your pages and you don't have to publish them until you're ready. All right, so now let's talk about your MyShop strategy. So for your MyShop, instead of building a ton of pages, focus on creating a few strong themes for the holiday season. So your page strategy should include maybe 3 to 5 broad themes like holiday gift guides or holiday home decor. And then once your main pages are set, shift your energy to your posts. So within your pages, create posts with specific angles like luxury looks under $50 or stocking stuffers under $25. When your audience visits your My Shop, you don't want them to have to scroll through a bunch of pages to find what they need. Your pages will hold the big themes, but your posts are where you can get more specific. You can add unlimited posts under each page and include up to 100 links per post. This is going to give you a solid foundation before Q4 traffic spikes, and then you can keep adding new posts as you go. All right, so now we're going to dive into creator insights with Amina Butt. Amina, thank you so much for being here today.
Course.
Yeah, I'm excited to ask you a couple questions. So, when you're working with top earners during the holidays, what separates the ones who have breakthroughs in Q4 from others?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I would honestly encourage my creators, like it's super important to stay ahead during this busy season. I've encouraged my creators to start sharing Christmas content right now on top of all of the other holiday verticals that are going out right now as well, but always just staying ahead. Like as soon as you see like a retailer sharing like Christmas decor at a like at Target, like go ahead and start sharing that content out because people are looking for that. I also encourage my creators to start planning ahead and anticipating sales and promotions and just strategizing their content towards those sales and promotions, as well as creating content drafts ahead of time so that they're set up for success. And then also, during the holidays, items can sell out. So plan ahead and have alternative items to share with your followers, whether it's in a mood board or you've included it in your My Shop storefront, just so that, you don't lose the opportunity of making that sale. So just overall, just being consistent, staying ahead and building out your strategy is going to be like immensely, have you be successful in Q4.
That's amazing advice. Thank you so much. And what's the difference between how a creator monetizes on Mavely versus other affiliate platforms, and why does that matter during Q4?
Yeah, so on Mavely, our creators are able to get referral earnings. So once you referred one of your friends onto Mavely, you get 10% commission off of their sales for the next 6 months. And Q4 is just the best time to share, affiliate platforms with your friends because everyone is purchasing. So just that, getting extra money in your pocket. And then one thing that is unique to us is also Mavely Boost. So it's just time sensitive commission increases. Right now, we have a partnership with Walmart with Mavely Boost. So if you go on the opportunities tab on your Mavely app or on desktop, you'll see like an array of products through Walmart. And you can pick any of those out. There's like toys, makeup, hair care products, whatnot. And whatever that commission is, you get an increased stat commission on top of that, which is perfect for, Black Friday shopping that's coming up. So I definitely encourage my creators to utilize that. And then we also have our monthly tiered bonuses. That's unique to Mavely. So just performance-based bonuses, and they'll be even easier to hit with all of the Q4 volume. And then offering flat fee campaigns. I know this is super important for my creators. So, the more you're linking, the more you're building your sales data, then you have the opportunity to get a flat fee partnership with your dream brand, especially during the holiday season.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, and what role does January really play in creators' Q4 strategy, and how do top affiliates keep momentum going after December 25th?
That's another a great question. I know, Q4 is an intense time, and then when January comes around, it's like, okay, we can slow down. But, January is such a great opportunity to continue building on your sales because it is shifting into new buying cycle. So buyers look into a lot of clearance shopping. There's always those, like after holiday sales that are happening and those markdowns, and then, capitalizing on New Year themes. So fitness, home organization, self-care. There's so much opportunity in January due to the new year because everyone is like rebranding themselves. And then there's also less like competition during this time because a lot of creators are taking a break after pushing like so hard in Q4. And then, you can work on like pivoting your messaging from like holiday gifting to New Year solutions to continue keeping your audience engaged. That's what I would suggest.
That's excellent advice. And what platforms or formats are driving the fastest conversions for top earners right now?
So, like you mentioned, Facebook groups are huge, and so is email newsletters. You're able to just do direct linking and be able to frequently share that. You don't necessarily like need to focus on content creation with these verticals. It's just like creating that direct link, having a simple product image, and we've seen like a lot of great conversion with these two. Also utilizing Instagram stories, link DM, and broadcast channels, as you had mentioned. With Instagram stories, you're able to start building like, that special like relationship with your followers because it's more like you're taking them on your day to day. It's more of like an exclusive way to connect with them. And then Link DM does the work for you. Like whenever you put in comment to shop in your caption and the Link DM sends the link directly to those followers, like you don't even have to think twice about that. You can count on that it's like sharing that link for you. And like you mentioned, LinkedIn, it's such a good tool, and we do offer it to our Mavely creators. So those are great tools. And then utilizing your MyShop storefront to maximize your earnings, creating like a themed holiday page, just making the shopping process as seamless and easy as possible for your followers. So utilizing that storefront will be huge for the holiday season.
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to reiterate about LinkedIn because I've talked to several creators who are manually DMing those links, and you do not have to do that with LinkedIn Pro. You get free access to that. Normally, that's not it's like $19 a month, but you get access to that for free when you sign up for Mavely. So definitely take advantage of that. And also, if you haven't already created a broadcast channel on Instagram, definitely do that if you have the ability to, because like I mentioned before, a lot of our creators are actually seeing better conversions through broadcast channels rather than Instagram stories. And it's a link friendly platform. So you can share a link with, however many people are in your broadcast channel. You could share the link one time and everyone inside will be able to have access to your links. So definitely take advantage of that if you have not already. All right. So thank you so much for your insight, Amina.
Of course.
Let's go ahead and wrap up with a few key takeaways. So, first, timing creates leverage. When you map your content to each category's conversion window, you're meeting buyers right when they're ready to purchase. And then, second, positioning drives conversions. Generic gift guides blend in, but advanced creators use smart angles to get more specific. And then third, systems beat the scramble. Top earners don't just post more, they plan, batch, and build backup options. And that's what keeps their momentum strong all season long without burnout. All right, so we are now at the Q&A portion of the webinar. So if you haven't already, drop your questions into the Q&A box and we'll answer as many questions as we can. So I am going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen really quick. All right, so let's dive into the Q&A. So the first question we have is, how do I share a link to my stories on Instagram? So one way that you can do this, what I love about Mavely links is you can just go into your Mavely app, create your link, and when you go into Instagram, you can use the link sticker, and then it will allow you to paste your Mavely link right there. You can create a direct Mavely link, or you can link to your MyShop posts so that they can get access to more links all just within one link. So definitely take advantage of that. And when people click on your Mavely links, it will take them directly to the product page. They do not have to download the Mavely app in order to access your links. All right. And then the next question we have says, this is so helpful. Can you guys please send the decks and this recording after the call is over? Thank you guys. Yes, we absolutely can. All right. Someone asking, another person asking for the full recording. Yes, we will definitely send it out to you guys. All right, not a question, but LinkedIn is amazing, game changing. Absolutely. It saves you so much time. If you guys have not taken advantage of that, definitely go ahead and do that. All right, how do I sign up for Link DM? So, what you can do first, make sure you go into the Mavely app and connect at least one social media account. Once you do that, click on the integrations tab and you'll see Link DM Pro become available, and it will walk you through the steps on how to do that. I'll also follow up with you and send you a link to a YouTube video that we have that walks you through that step by step. So, I'll get that to you after this call. Okay, would we be able to get a copy of the PowerPoint? Yes, we can definitely send that out to you. All right. And then another question that we have is how many categories should I realistically focus on without spreading myself too thin? So I would recommend maybe stick to 3 to 5 that align with your niche and your audience's interest. I feel like that's a good number to focus on without getting overwhelmed. What do you have to say about that, Amina? Would you say anything different
Sorry, I was
about,
yeah, I would agree. I think that's a good number.
yeah, because you don't want to get too overwhelmed and especially as you're setting up your MyShop pages, I feel like it's a good way to kind of keep things aligned and it allows people to find exactly what they're looking for in an easy way. So, all right. And then how often should I be posting in Facebook groups during November and December? So I kind of look at it like this. Whatever you normally do, focus on increasing that by about 30%. I might even say by 50%. Now that might seem like a lot, but this is the busiest time of the year. This is when people are shopping the most, and this is the quarter where people are typically driving the most sales. So you want to take advantage of that. I mean, obviously, think about your own work schedule and things like that. Not everyone can do that, but this is what we are seeing from our top earners. They are posting around this many times a day in their Facebook groups. Okay, how do I know when my audience is most active in my Facebook group or on Instagram? So if you look at your audience insights, your analytics within your Facebook group or your Instagram page, there is a section that will show you the most active times of the members of your group. So I would use that as a way to kind of, figure out, what times work best. But for a general rule of thumb, you can always hit that early morning, midday, and afternoon time. And I have it on the slide deck, so we'll share that out after this call. But you could just tap into that and make sure that you're hitting various times of the day as you're sharing your links. Okay, let me see if we have anything else here. Do you have a step-by-step video to set up your My Shop? Yes, we do. And I will send that to you after the call. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining. We really appreciate you taking the time to connect with us. Before you go, make sure you connect with Mavely on Instagram and YouTube at Mavely app and on TikTok at Mavely Social. Thank you all again for coming. We're so excited to have you join the Mavely community, and we look forward to working with you all soon. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.